10 rules to play jazz like the early masters. This is a list of what and what not to play to sound authentic in jazz. The title may seem outrageous, arrogant, cringy, and downright false, but stay with me. Perhaps a more modest alternative title could have been 10 musical elements to try out that will make you sound like a vintage jazz legend. Recently, when putting together the 10 best jazz solos for beginners course, I transcribed and immersed myself in 10 of the wickedest jazz solos from the early era. The experience was revelatory as I became acutely aware of some musical elements common to all the solos I studied that I consider make them so timeless. The musical traits I discovered were so clear and powerful to me that I wanted to present them here, as I believe they are worthy of deep rumination and creative exploration. As well, they give us a roadmap to study that will surely help us to sound more authentic and connected to the jazz tradition.
1. What follows is just my personal condensed list of elements that I consider to be noteworthy. If you think I missed something, please let me know in the comments. 2. The list is not meant to be studied academically. For that reason, every point is supported with examples. 3. The musical insights are presented in no certain order of importance.
So are you ready? Rule 1. Subscription to the beat. The greats all had one thing in common, and that is they had an absolute insane subscription to the rhythmic beat. Listen here to Louis Armstrong, the attitude in which he plays. It's like his life depends on the notes he plays. Now behold Charlie Christian's pristine rhythmic attack. And here, as further evidence, is Sidney Bechet's ferocious subscription to the beat in this extract.
This subscription to the beat has to be second nature, and that starts first with having this rhythmical concept foremost in our minds. It is an attitude we need to adopt every time we play.
No, please, I am not talking about or suggesting that you play aggressively. Listen, for instance, to Lester Young here. Lester's rhythmical feel is intense, but with a cool, round sound. So it's not about aggression, it's about commitment to playing in the groove, in the pocket. Rule 2. Feature the major sixth. This is huge.
When ascending, the greats almost always play the 5th to the 6th to the root.
Here, for instance, playing notes 5, 6 to 1 is Lester Young from bar 9. And here Charlie Christian playing 5, 6, 1 into the pickup bar to his solo. Furthermore, and importantly, the 6th is a very soulful note on its own to play and to end a phrase on. Here in bar 7 of his Catwalk solo, Gerry Mulligan ends the phrase on the 6th. And here now, in bar 7, Lester Young ends the phrase on the 6th. Practice tips. Listen out for tunes that feature the 6th. For instance, Joe Zawinul's Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. And Miles Davis's Freddie the Freeloader. If you are enjoying the video, please take the time to like, subscribe and add comments, as this really helps the channel grow and encourages me to make more content. Rule 3. Embellish the major third. The greats seem to have unanimously agreed that the major third on its own is a bit too nice and lacking in expression. So to remedy this, they favoured preceding the major third via the lower chromatic note, the minor third. So this is a bit like adding salt or pepper to a tasty dish to condiment it. Note, this minor third decoration can be a grace note, or an eighth note. As well, another option is to bend up to the major third. Here now are some examples from the course of embellishing the major third. First, Danny Polo's pickup. And here is Lester Young's pickup to bar 1. Practice tips. Practice the following arpeggios as they contain both major and minor thirds. The blues arpeggio. The Louis Armstrong arpeggio. Rule 4. Play the minor third on the major. The greats seem to have come to the consensus that playing the non-diatonic minor third on the major chord was a great way to add blues and feeling to their improvisations. Charlie Christian gives us a perfect example of this at the beginning of his solo, marking the minor third, A flat, on the first F chord. And Gerry Mulligan in bars 9 to 12 highlights the minor third on the major tonality. Rule 5. Feature the minor third and the sixth on the major and dominant chords. Many times the first lesson the jazz harmony student learns is that on a dominant seventh chord there are solely 2 defining notes, a tritone apart, the third and the flattened seventh. The early jazz greats favoured and used another 2 notes, a tritone apart, the sixth and the minor third. So on a C chord, these notes are A to E flat. Louis Armstrong uses this sound to devastating effect in the opening bars of his solo. The key is A flat, and the notes to watch out for are the sixth, the F, and the minor third, the B or the C flat, however you prefer to call it. Here are some lines that feature the sixth and the flattened third. Okay, I think that is enough for now. Thanks for watching and see you in part 2.